12 minutes to 7, and Liam Stacey, the student from Pontypridd who was jailed for racially abusing the footballer Fabrice Muamba on Twitter, has apologised. He served half of his 56-day sentence after admitting posting comments about the Bolton Wanderers player who suffered a cardiac arrest during a match earlier this year. The apology was made on BBC Wales' Week In, Week Out programme, which is on this evening at 25 to 11.
After drinking a lot throughout the day, and watching the rugby, watching Wales win the Grand Slam, obviously the drinks were flowing because everyone in Wales, more or less everyone in Wales were watching the game. I'd had a lot to drink. I was I overheard the news about Muamba during the England-Ireland game, or just after that, and I don't know why I decided to tweet about it. Then I think it was about hour later, I was getting responses back.
Week in, Week Out, 10:35 tonight. Jonathan Bishop is with us. He's founder of the Trolling Academy, which is based in Swansea, a website to help keep people safe online and avoid trollers. You better describe, first of all, for those of us who don't know, trolling. Is that abusing people online?
Hi there, Gareth. Trolling originally came from posting provocative messages for humorous effect, but since cases like of Natasha McBride in 2011, it's come to refer to cyberbullying in general.
How big a problem is it?
Well, if you think that in the past there were problems like with hate mail and then telephone messages, if you think that more people now have access to social network and the internet, then the problem's only going to increase. And with the tough economic times we're in, it's going to get worse.
We've talked about this, actually, not just because of Liam Stacey, quite a lot on the programme over the past few weeks and months. Is there a sense as well that because you can post your message, it's pretty anonymous, isn't it, to a certain extent? People are more inclined to say things that they wouldn't say face-to-face.
Yeah, well, in the Oxford Statute Law Review, I developed this framework which shows there's the people who do it in the moment, and they're like the playtime, and that's probably close to what Liam Stacey was. And then at the other extreme, you've got the domination trollers, and they go out of their way to create videos, and as you saw with Richard Bacon, it's a...
Really? Why do people do that? Do we know why they do that?
Well, if you looked at most trollers are usually young people in their 20s, and it's all too often young people in their 20s who they're picking on, then you could probably draw a link between the youth unemployment and the abuse of other youths.
I'm obviously not condoning anyone heaping abuse on somebody online, but if you do go onto Twitter or one of these social network sites and post what might be innocuous comments, you don't know how people are going to respond to you, and sometimes people might come back and start picking on you in inverted commas.
Yeah, well, that's the very thing about trolling, because people don't always do it in bad faith, and they could have done it as a joke, but someone take it the wrong way, and obviously without the clear body language and the knowing where the person's coming from, it can be taken the wrong way, especially with the short space on Twitter.
Is there any way of avoiding it at all?
Well, I've put on my Trolling Academy website articles to help, say, celebrities on Twitter.
Give us an idea then, what sort of advice?
Okay, well, on Twitter, if someone's being really abusive, you can go on their profile and select block this person. And equally on Facebook, next to each someone posts, there's a hidden X, and you can click on that and block that person and report them.
Right, okay, so it is in your power to... You might not stop those people's feelings, but you can at least stop yourself receiving them.
Yeah, because personally I use Facebook for my closest friends, and others I use LinkedIn, so I do a lot of deleting of people who may not want to treat me as nicely as I'd like.
Right, maybe you're setting the trend. Thanks very much indeed for coming in. A really interesting insight into how it all works as well. That's Jonathan Bishop, who's founder of the Trolling Academy.
That is really interesting, isn't it? Because I think a lot of us think that we don't have any control.
I didn't know you could block, in all honesty. No idea. Thank you.
Thank you.